Welcome to the DL Gaming Podcast. We're here at DLG 5.0. This is our 5th year of doing this installment, and it's pretty cool, pretty fantastic. We've got probably the most amazing place I think we've ever stayed in. I've got Christian Sniper here with me, you know, our Canadian amazing, incredible person who does all the behind the scenes stuff and handles all the Discord, which you can find our Discord by going to dlgaming.net, but you already knew that if you got this far, that's true. So we're here to talk to our listeners that have came from all over the place, some of them from Minnesota, some of them from Washington, some from Texas, some from Canada, and talk about the fun experiences that we've been having here this weekend in San Diego, California. And so, yeah, Christian, if you want to start us off, you got to tell me first, what is your favorite game of all time, and what have been some of your highlights this weekend?
My favorite game of all time is Star Wars Rebellion, and my highlights of this weekend has been playing a fuck ton of the Star Wars deck building game.
Oh, yeah, that's true, because I've been seeing you battling with different people all over the house. I know that you were fighting with Ree outside. Well, you weren't fighting. Who won that game, by the way?
Rianne always wins, so she won this time as well.
Damn, is she like the Duke of your relationship?
Yeah, she's an aristocrat over me, basically, and I just do my best.
Well, that's you know what? If that's not real love, I don't know what the fuck is. So, fighting your significant other in Star Wars, you know. And so, who do you always play? Which side? Do you have a side that you always pick? No, you just go with whatever you want and feel like. That's nice. That's cool. That's exciting. Is there any other really hilarious moments that you can think of, or some other highlights that have happened this weekend?
I'm going to be honest. Right now, I'm pretty high, so my memory is escaping me. I know I've had fun. I just can't remember specifics, you know? So, yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. It's always yes. We're having a great time out here. Christian, if you want, I kind of like the idea of doing a popcorn interview. If you want to go find somebody to interview and bring over here, that would be really cool. Yeah. All right. Enjoy. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's Christian and Sniper. We've got a whole bunch of people playing board games out here, having a good time drinking. We're bringing on over here. This is Jew for You. Started as this guy here, actually, he came the very first year, and now he came last year as well in Texas. We were in Austin, Texas, and now he's out here for a 5-year full circle. We started on the ocean in San Diego. Now we're in the mountains of San Diego. Jew, how's your experience been so far this weekend?
Nothing less than amazing, which is to be expected. I mean, every time there's a DLGcon, you've got amazing people, you got amazing activities, awesome games. It's lived up to its expectations. That's all I can really say.
Awesome. Out of the 3 years that you've been here, which one do you think is your favorite, or is that really hard to determine?
Austin, Texas, because it was close to home, but on the baller factor, this year's probably up there.
Fuck yeah, this place is baller. You've heard it here. You heard it from Jew for You, who's here for you, for all of us, and we're here for him. So thank you very much, Jew. Real quick though, hold up before you leave. No, we're not done. No, we're not done. You're right, I was changing. No. I definitely want to know what is your favorite game of all time?
For DLGcon or just in general?
You know what? I will take both because you asked. No good deed goes unpunished. Now you got 2 questions to answer. So which one is your favorite here that you've played? And then what is just your favorite video game that you've ever played of all time?
For DLGcon, I would say any of the Jackbox games for DLGcon, just because of everybody's personalities coming together and all of that. Probably all-time favorite would be the Division 1. An amazing game until they ruined it. So shout out to the Division 3. It's probably going to flop. It is what it is.
Hate to see it. At least DLGcon won't flop. We stay consistent. That's true. All right. If you want to go grab somebody for the next interview, you get to pick. That's right. And now we've got coming our way a first timer. This is Knocked or Knockday or John, depending on how you please. So I don't know, John, you want to tell me first what your favorite game of all time is that you played, and some highlights that you've had here at DLGcon since this is your first one?
I don't remember the game we just played with Taylor and everybody.
Oh, I think it was Gargantuphone. It's Gardic Phone? Gardic Phone. It was Gardic Phone.
Gardic Phone was amazing because it just took the creativity of everybody involved, and when you have multiple minds writing stories based off of the last person that wrote it, it just really makes you get into their heads to the point where you're like, hey, I know you a lot more now, and I mean, it's only in a very brief point of time, so I thought that's pretty cool. And what was the second question?
What was your favorite video game that you've played of all time?
I'm a real big RPG player, so I would say my favorite RPG game that I played that would be Dragon Age Inquisition, which is the only game I completely platinumed on in an RPG on console.
Hell yeah, nice. I thought that was a fun one too. I like that. I only played it on the Xbox Series though. But yeah, well, thanks for chatting with me. And if you want to grab somebody else, we're going to keep moving along and asking people here. I guess we could get Cricket Soldier. Here he is. He has gone down the slide so many fucking times, gotten so many swims, played lots of games, kicked a lot of ass. How's it going, Cricket Soldier? You've been to so many of these fucking DLG cons. What's been some of the highlights for you with these ones for today or this weekend?
It was definitely canceling our dinner plans to stay here and play more games. It's kind of been a thing we make the plans to go out, but we just end up just having too much fun here, and we just want to stay.
Absolutely. I love that too. To me, it's always about the house because it's really the times that we're playing in the board games. So what are some of the best board games that you've played, or do you have any funny moments of any games that you've had this weekend?
I played Here to Slay. It's a card game from like the people that do Unstable Unicorns. And I was down bad, losing pretty hard. Scram was the one giving all the instructions. And so Scram was winning, and I didn't want him to win. So I teamed up with Duder McBadass, and I was trying to help him out by screwing Scram over. And then eventually I just got a card that let me get another card, and I won, like, all in one turn. It was crazy.
Oh, that's awesome, though. It's so great when you can just do like a crazy, unexpected sweep. Yeah, absolutely. We were playing a lot of, the Dungeon Masters games. I don't know. Those are a lot of fun. Have you played those a lot, too?
No, all these games are new to me, and Dungeon Master was really great because I had a card that I drew where if everyone got up and did a little dance, they would draw a card. And then I would draw a card for everyone that did the dance. So I felt really powerful because I had like 8 or 9 cards. And then Emilio plays this card where he's like, oh, I'm going to swap with Cricket, who has 9 cards and I have 1. And it was insane.
That is wild. Yeah, that game is so much fun. And I love that we always have like so much of the expansions. That game tends to be such a staple every year. So I have one more question for you, which is, what is your favorite video game of all time? I know, you're on the spot. You can even give me your favorite video game of this year. Like, what's your game of the year this year?
Remnant 2.
Remnant 2. Damn, without any hesitation. That's what he said. Remnant 2. Why?
Man, it's a game that isn't hyped as much as like Starfield or all the other ones. It was just an easy game to get into, play by yourself, play with others, enjoy the camaraderie of your friends without the huge expanse of multiplayer. It's something simple and tight-knit. It felt great.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've noticed that you had a lot of game time with the Lotion playing that game, and you guys, I'm sure, built up a whole bunch of memories and stuff with that. Is that part of it? Was there anybody else that you were playing with, or was it mostly him?
I played with Emilio and JP Diddy. We'd run through a couple chapters a night, and then one time I'd play with JP Diddy, or I'd just play with Emilio. And the change from 2 people to 3 people is insane. You kind of feel strong by yourself, strong as a duo, but when you go off on your own while your other 2 friends are off fighting, you feel weak, and it hurts.
Oh Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely better with friends and with people out here. That's why we meet up here at DLG. Do you want to pick the next person to have a little chat? So this man, he started joining us at DLG last year in Austin, Texas, and made probably the most greatest impact splash of a new person, I think, by creating some of the best brisket. I feel like, Bobby, it was probably some of the best brisket you've had, right? Yeah, he's giving the thumbs up. He knows it. Everybody wants some of this meat. Duder, how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. Today's been a great day. Yesterday's been amazing. Tomorrow can take forever to come for all I care. It's been a great time.
Absolutely. Well, how's the food been to you this weekend, since you're quite master in the kitchen yourself?
So I just want to shout out to JP Diddy. Right, JP Diddy's been amazing, putting together all these amazing ingredients that people have been making. Shout out to Rusty. Rusty made some amazing corned beef, and that tri-tip was... Shout out to our two favorite resident Canadians, Ree and Sniper. Those carnitas, while not traditional, were amazing. I've been eating them all day. And because they were cooking, I got to drink, which is very nice. Final shout out, of course, we got to give Lotion a shout out. The shrimp, to die for. The kebabs, to die for. Everything has just been so amazing, and I'm glad I didn't have to do anything.
Absolutely, yeah. And also shout out to Sanguine. And I know that we had even Ben. We had a lot of people that made food. Time Killer B and his wife made a dill pasta salad that was tasty. Sanguine Souls made a shitload of pastries and flatbread with goat cheese. We've been eating like kings out here in a rock star villa, and we fucking feel it. Yeah, absolutely. What is the best game you've ever played in your life?
Ever?
Yes, ever.
Battletech.
Battletech.
Yeah.
Why?
So I started playing Battletech when I was in high school. I was kind of a nerd, and it was just me and two of my friends, and we got into it really big. And then I realized that my older sister played it, and that introduced me to so many other games, everything from Dungeons and Dragons to Shadowrun to Cyberpunk, Vampire, just a whole new world of role-playing games, and everything from Civil War tactical strategy games to Aliens the board game to just everything. It opened my mind immediately, and I it's my favorite game of all time.
Battletech, the gateway drug. Yeah, no, that's pretty awesome. That's been great. How has this year been compared to last year?
I could have used more brisket, but I always could use more brisket. But aside from that, this has been amazing. This house is beautiful. The views are amazing. The people are great. I have zero complaints.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Duder, for being here and for coming. And if you want to go grab the next person. Oh, no shit. All right. Biblioclasm. Here we go. Perfect. First timer. Welcome. You know what?
Virgin.
You were. I'm sorry. Say that for the mic.
I'm a virgin.
All right. Of DLGcon. Absolutely. It's how has this experience been for you? What were you expecting, and how is it from your expectations?
I wasn't expecting anything at all. That way, how can you be disappointed?
Honestly, I live that way. I feel that. Well, what has been some highlights for you this weekend?
Man, we were just talking about all the great food, we're eating these awesome nachos, and discovering new drinks and festivities. And we've been playing board games, and this property is amazing.
Yeah, this place is huge. I mean, you know what? That's true. We haven't talked too much about it. Do you want to tell me some of the coolest things that you think about this place?
Yeah, for sure, because when we got here, we walked all around it. Man, the Google Maps didn't do it justice. There's okay, I mean, it's one thing to say, oh, there's a tennis court, and oh, there's a pool, but there's all these other little details. It's on this beautiful hillside. There's a vineyard. There's a little vineyard over there. I mean, why would you grow a vineyard if you weren't making wine too? And it's they got the ceilings inside are probably 25 or 30 feet tall in the foyer. Is that how you say it? Foyer?
I think it's the foyer. Yeah.
That sounds so fancy though.
It is fancy. This place is a rock star villa. Yeah. And the slide. Did you go down the slide?
Oh no, you were going to get me to go down the slide. I've been slyly trying to avoid that all night.
Oh, okay. Well, then we never talked about it. There's an amazing slide here that goes right into the pool that some people have been launching on floaties down and throwing footballs from, and it has just been a whole bunch of grown-ass people living their children's dreams. It's wonderful. What has been your favorite...
Foundation.
Yeah, it's like the Make-A-Wish Foundation. What has been your favorite... Yeah. What has been your favorite board game that you have played so far this weekend?
Well, we played so many good... okay. We played one just earlier today called Cuphead. It's a dice game, and you're chucking dice, but you have a timer. So it creates a little bit of entertaining anxiety. And then we won, and then we realized we weren't playing it right. So we'll have to play.
Well, hey, that's good. That kind of is like what we had an experience of playing Boss Hunter, because I brought a board game Boss Hunter where you're a villain and you're the boss of this dungeon and you're creating this dungeon, and heroes that you attract to from town to go through your dungeon based on what kind of room cards you place that have certain things, like a mage would want to go here or a fighter would want to go here. And so you accumulate that up and play. And we played a few times, but you came in so clutch reading and like teaching us how to play. Do you want to play that game later today?
Yeah, let's do it.
I totally put you on the spot, but now we're doing it. So what did you think of that game?
Oh, it's totally great. You know, like if you're a monster, your number one priority in life is like protecting your treasure and murdering anybody who tries to take it away from you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So my only other question for you is, what is your favorite video game of all time?
Oh, that's a difficult question. You know, like Warconius was asking that on the Discord. So the way I went about it, he said, what's your top 3? And I was like, okay, well, it doesn't even necessarily have to be something that you played. It's just like, what's my favorite? What do I think is the best of all time, right? I go way back, like to like text-based computer games and stuff, but you can't say like a text-based game is the best of all time. It's got to be something that's like the top of its genre.
I mean, I don't know. The Oregon Trail, is pretty incredible, and it's making a comeback.
It's a great classic. It's not the best of all time. So, okay, I'll just sum it up for you. It's like, okay, so you come down, I was like, okay, what if I pick like the best in 3 categories? Like World of Warcraft, right, is like 15-year-old game and MMO, right? And then you got like, what's another best-in-class type game? I thought maybe like for first-person shooters, there's so many of them, but I thought I liked Overwatch. That's another Blizzard game, but it was great in its heyday, right? It's 2016 to 2019, and I can't remember what the third one was. Probably something like... something else that was like the peak of its genre. I would say probably the most popular, most innovative game I think that's had staying power is probably World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, yeah.
PC games, there's so many games now. That or like Baldur's Gate 3, I sincerely think, because it's like there's so many things about it, and you guys talk about it all the time on here, but like that genre you thought was perfected 25 years ago when its predecessors came out, but really there's just like so much more for that genre to give, and then it just nothing ever had for 20 years, and then everybody's minds are blown away now. So I think that's a game people will still be talking about 20 years from now, because we know that people are talking about Baldur's Gate 2 and games like from that era, like Planescape Torment and stuff like that still. So, right, you're going to be like 70 years old and telling your grandchildren about it, and I'm not even joking.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be dreaming about Baldur's Gate 3 probably for the rest of my life. Yeah. So, thank you so much for chatting with me by the fireside here at DLG. And isn't that beautiful? I know, and it is actually nice and warm as the temperature's dropping.
Do you think this is for, like, cooking? Because I think it looks like somebody might have tried to cook something on here and been sorely mistaken. It doesn't look like it was built for that.
This is true. I think we're just cooking heat,
for like,
but yeah,
keeping nice and toasty warm.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for chatting. Would you mind finding me my next person to talk to and chat with? All right, come on down, Rianne. All the way from Alberta, Canada, from Calgary. They're so beautiful. Welcome. You have gone every single year just about, haven't you?
Yeah, every year except for whichever one happened during COVID.
The second year when we were in San Diego. So out of all of the years, how does this one rank to the others?
This is definitely the best one. I feel like they just get better and better every year. I feel like as I come back every time, I get more comfortable around people, making new friends. Whereas before I was nervous, now I'm just coming back to see friends that I haven't seen in a while. So it's fun. Yeah. I
agree. It's such a blast. What has been some of the highlights or funniest moments so far this weekend for you? If you could give me top 2.
Top 2. Oh man. I really like, I guess, just generally all the moments where we're doing bigger group games. So I've been liking Gartic Phone because, it's just a fun time. We get some really funny scenarios. We've played a fair amount of Jackbox, and particularly I've been liking the Jackbox. I can't remember what pack it is, but it's the one where it has a game where you make an invention and you present your invention. That was really fun. And yeah, just hanging out, honestly, just anytime you're having a good conversation with somebody, that's the best part.
Absolutely. That's awesome. What was your experiences like this morning playing tennis? Because this morning there's like a tennis court here that is just gorgeous with beautiful views. And so we played tennis this morning, and it's stunning, right?
Yeah, it was very beautiful. I don't play tennis or any sports at all, so I wasn't good at it, but I hit the ball a couple times, and the view was just beautiful. Like it's crazy. Very, very beautiful here. The sun is shining, so warm, and yeah.
I know where I'm coming from is a lot cooler here, and I know you are as well, so it just feels like so relaxing and so wonderful. What is your favorite game of all time?
My favorite video game is Hades. I've played must be getting up to that 500-hour point, and there's nothing left for me to do. I've completed it. I've gotten all my Steam achievements. But Hades 2 is coming out next year, so that'll be good. And
it's on the radar, folks.
Yeah. In terms of board games, I like lots of different board games. I think Christian mentioned we got this Star Wars deck building game recently, and I think that's been a big hit this DLGcon, and that's a fun game. Really like Splendor.
Well, what's Splendor about?
Splendor is a game where you're just trying to get victory points by collecting gems and buying cards with your gems that are worth points. It's a pretty simple concept, but it's strategic in a way once you get into play it. Yeah.
Nice. So I know that recently you and Christian started playing Baldur's Gate 3, and now it's fresh on my mind, so I want to be asking you about it. What are your first thoughts of Baldur's Gate 3?
My first thoughts are I really like the concept. I've played some D&D, not like too much, but I really like the concept of that in a video game. I love how many options and choices there are. What's getting to me is that if you do something, you can't take it back. So if you fuck up, you just have to deal with it. And I like to perfect things. So if I make a mistake, then I feel really bad.
I can feel that. That's kind of how I am as well. My recommendation is have a lot more saves in campaigns. Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, I'm glad that you're really enjoying it so far, though. And it's quite a learning curve because there's so much that you can do, right? And so what is your character? What's your main?
My character is a forest gnome ranger. And I'm liking that. I like the ranger option. I don't think I like, the close melee combat. So I like the ranger option, and I just like to be a little forest gnome.
That's great. I think that's a lot of fun. Nice. Well, thank you very much for chatting with me. So we've got Tag Loro, Taylor, the Duke, the real Tag Loro of DLGcon. He's been almost every year as well. I think the only years you missed were the first two. So out of all of the games this weekend, which ones have been kind of your favorite for the board games?
Gartic Phone.
Yeah, Gartic Phone's a big hit.
It's not a board game, but...
Yeah, what's been your do you have a favorite highlight or story with that?
With Gartic Phone, I was there in India in 1946.
That's right, he was. So I wanted to ask you too, we are in a pretty amazing campaign in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes, we are.
What is your favorite thing about playing Baldur's Gate 3 just in general, even on your own personal solo thing? If you could just boil it down to like the one feeling.
My favorite part of Baldur's Gate? Honestly, it's when they give you very clear, concise directions and you somehow mess them up.
That's true. That's hilarious moments.
Throwing shade at you.
That's great. Thank you. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't be good teammates, and he wouldn't be a good cleric if he wasn't calling me out on my bullshit, like live here. Well, we're not live, but that's all right. And so my other question that I had for you is leading into that. What is your favorite game of all time?
Baldur's Gate 2.
Baldur's Gate 2. Nice. Why?
I mean, I've been playing it since it came out. Play it once a year.
Yeah, that makes sense. And if you could be any fantasy protagonist, who would you be?
Any fantasy protagonist.
Yes, any of them. You know what? I'll even narrow it down for you. I'll help you out. In the Dritz series, who would be? Yeah, in the Dritz series, who would you be?
I would be Jarl Axel.
Why?
Because he's got a magic item for everything, man.
Well, what about in the Star Wars universe? Who would you be?
In the Star Wars universe, I would be honestly Obi-Wan.
Yeah? You're starting to look a lot like him. That's true. Yeah, you're looking pretty, really great. Yeah, the Force is definitely with you, dude. Well, thank you very much for chatting with me. I'm glad that you're here at DLGcon. It's never a good DLGcon without a Tag Loro. You have to have Tag at DLGcon because he is...
The Duke.
That's right. He knows it. He's the Duke. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you very much. That's great. So we have here Smoochie Chi. She is OG crew member here. She started the entire DLGcon thread. I remember when you were like, hey, everybody, let's rent a house out for TwitchCon, and then it just turned into DLGcon. So we would not be here today without Chi. So Chi, how has DLGcon been for you so far?
I'm just glad they let me in through the front doors.
Well, we weren't going to. You're right. We were like, wait, who's that? No, you can leave. No, you can leave. No, I'm sure that it's been fun. What has been some of your highlights?
Honestly, so it's been a while since I've seen everyone's beautiful faces, and it just feels like coming home in a big way. So much time has passed by, but also so much hasn't changed. And that's just like the beauty of all of the goodness behind the characters that are here and that come together every year and just put away their IRLs and, just make it fun. Make it like, all the cooking, all the alcohol, all the other things that I'm not partaking but want to partake, vicariously partaking in. Like, it's so lovely to be here and to be in everyone's good energies again. I love it.
Yeah, glad to have you here. I got another question for you, which is, if there's one video game that you could be trapped with on an island for the rest of your life, what game would that be playing over, and why is it Counter-Strike?
Well, there are certain games that hit like a fuckboy that wants to come crawling back to you after some time apart, and it's Counter-Strike.
Right? Was it Counter-Strike? Like, if you could pick one game to play for the rest of your life, which one really was it? Was it?
Well, it's so funny because, I think the first night you guys had the DLGcon, I missed because I was too busy at home playing Counter-Strike. And then yesterday, Daniel missed DLGcon because he was too busy at home playing Counter-Strike. So it's like, it just hits another way. And it's because it's a 20-year-old game that wants another 20 years of your life. So it's great.
Absolutely. It's the gift that keeps on giving, but maybe you don't want, but you're going to take it and going to enjoy it, right? Counter-Strike. Thank you so much, Chief, for coming and chatting with me. And we want to try and get through lots of people, so thank you very much. So we're bringing on Warconius, having a chat with him. Yes, enjoy that pool. Here we go. Oh, good. I'm glad. Warconius has got a few of the listeners here. They've got on their VIP badge access, so that's what's allowing them to bring here. Some of the other ones we just kind of know. We know they left their badges in their rooms, but we really appreciate the ones that are bringing it as the true VIPs, and Warconius definitely is. You were another guy that you came the first year. Yeah. And then you came this year, right? So how has the difference been during the time and being back in San Diego, but going from the beach to the mountains and having this kind of different experience? It's got to be quite different, right? So tell me about it.
Yeah. For sure. It's been amazing. Thanks. It's been amazing. It's been a good time again. And I just remember with the original one, we didn't know each other, so we had to kind of get to know each other, and there was kind of that initial kind of time where we need to kind of gel a little bit, and then now it's just we're family, and this spot is gorgeous. And I just remember from the first DLGcon, we went into the ocean, and that was frightening. So I feel like being on the mountain is a lot safer for us. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Absolutely. And I mean, we still have a pretty amazing pool because you've been down that slide and under the waterfall, right?
Yeah, the slide's really good. And it's it's next level. And so I just think, we're such a close group, and I think about where we'll be in like 10 years and 20 years, and it's just a really neat thing to have friends from across Canada, across America come together and just nerd out on games. It's awesome.
What has been some of your favorite board games of this weekend?
Yeah, I would say the game with the cell phone where you're drawing.
Gardic phone, another Gardic phone. So Bobby's gonna have to put on top like a little check marker thing of how many times people say Gardic phone, because it keeps hitting and it's wonderful. So yeah, do you have like a top experience of Gardic phone?
Yeah, like I can't remember how it happened, but there's a picture of a cat, and then it became Bust a Nut Cat, and it just kind of degenerated from there. But then also the Jackbox with pitching the product or the company is also really, really funny. Like just I have blurry memories because of various things going on, but it was just so funny pitching those, getting up there and kind of pitching your product and sort of saying, okay, this is what it does. It was so cool.
Yeah, that sounds like such a blast. I'm going to ask you the question that you asked Biblioclasm, which is, what are your top 3 games?
Top 3 games. Oh, God. I'd say MGS 5, Masters of Orion 2, and I'd probably go with, like, Last of Us 2. Yeah.
Nice. What a good bunch. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for chatting with me, Marconius. Have a good rest of your night playing games. Yeah. Scram TX, he is all the way from Texas coming on up here. It's another one. You first joined us last year in Austin, Texas, right? That was your first DLGcon?
Yeah. Finally made it out last year. Been wanting to ever since y'all first started it. And it just was one of the best times I'd had. And even though it wasn't close, I had to find a way to get back out here.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you're back out here, man, because like, how has it been so far for you? Do you have any highlights that you want to talk about?
Oh, absolutely. Just, I mean, the whole vibe, just everyone here. That's what I love. It is so welcoming and cool, just being together. But the games, just all the board games that we play, and the phone game we did, the not garlic. I want to always call it
Gardic phone. Yeah, everybody keeps talking about it. That's another point, Bobby.
So, yeah, and I think we're going to be doing more of them just as game nights. So if you're just watching and you want to hook up on our game nights when we play it, because everyone does it from their phone. It is so much fun doing the story time where we all build the story together. But also Christian brought in this Star Wars deck builder game. Oh, it is so my jam. I already ordered one, so I have it waiting for me.
That's perfect. Yeah, I saw you guys this morning playing, or I saw you guys playing a lot of it this weekend. So out of all the times that you played, who's won the most?
I haven't lost yet.
Undefeated. I would absolutely buy the game too if I went undefeated at DLGcon and beat the guy that brought the game here. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. What is your favorite video game of all time?
Oh, just one?
Yeah, you just get one.
Crap.
Well, you can give me top 3 if you want.
Well, right now, top game, I mean, recency bias is there, but we've talked about this. Baldur's Gate 3,
It's so good.
It's so good. I mean, it unseated Portal 2, which was my favorite game forever. And then if I got to throw another one in there, FTL.
Nice. It's a classic.
Yeah, masterpiece games, all 3 of them.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you. How has the food been here?
Dude, it is. JP Diddy, when he brings stuff together to eat, it is amazing. And just, it feels gourmet, everything we have. And we're just all hanging out in the house, and then people just start, it's not just him. So many different people have been cooking and bringing their skills, and we eat so well here. So it's amazing.
I'm glad that you're here, Scram. Yeah, I love the food here too. I think it's wonderful. Thank you so much for sitting down and having a fireside chat with me. Enjoy. We'll probably play some board games later, I'm sure, together.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Scram. All right. Okay. Yep. Oh, we're still recording and shit? Oh, yeah, that's great. Okay, well, now it's just me over here at the Fireside Chat. I'm looking forward to getting my swims in and playing some board games. And speaking for Bobby, Christian, Taylor, Chi, Biblioclasm, Nocte, Scram, I think I said Christian already, Rianne, Duder McBadass, JP Diddy, Lotion, Sanguine Souls, Jew for You, all kinds of people, Time Killer B and his wife, and lots more. Thank you very much for DLGcon titties.